Good morning, everybody. My name is Paolo. My pronouns are he, him. I'm the director of music here at First U. It's wonderful to see you all here. Would you join me, just enter the space together, take a stand, and take a stretch? That phone is ringing in key. That's really great. And allow your feet to fully make contact with the ground below you. And if you'd breathe with me. We're going to continue our drone practice from last week, drone practice. If you would take one hand and put it over your heart, and then take the other hand and put it over your belly, and just test out your body resonance. Go, ooh, oh. Can you feel it in your chest? Oh, ooh. Or you can sing this note as well. Feel the sound spread from your torso into your hands, into your arms. Oh, into your legs. Oh, we are here this morning. We made it. Oh, we shall walk through the valley in peace. We shall walk through the valley in peace, with love and justice as our leaders. We shall walk through the valley in peace. Keep droning, keep filling this with breath, with resonance. Remind your body that you are here. One of the beautiful things I think of returning to songs is that we can invest in them. Everything that we have felt over the past week. We return to the same song, but it's different. As you make noise and make resonance, would you call to mind all the feelings that you've had this week? Good, bad, in between. I'm feeling pretty good hearing about how tiny, impotent, and pathetic the anti-immigration rally was yesterday. I'm sending a little bit of joy into this song from that. You can keep droning or you can join me in song as long as you're making sound. We shall walk through the valley in peace. We shall walk through the valley in peace, with love and justice as our leaders. We shall walk through the valley in peace. There will be no more trials there. There will be no more trials there. There will be no more trials there. With love and justice as our leaders, there will be no more trials there.
Thank you for that grounding. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to First Universalist Church. My name is Jen Crow. My pronouns are she and her, and it is so very good to be together this morning, to be together in person, to be together online. Thank you for bringing your voice and your presence here in all the ways that you can. And as I greet you this morning, I want to bring with me greetings from literally all over the world to you all. From as far away as the United Kingdom to just about all the states in the US, I have to say, I've been receiving greetings from colleagues, from members of Unitarian Universalist congregations, cards and notes of love and support and sustenance for all of us here in Minneapolis. The love is winging your way. Folks are grateful for our presence, for our steady stand, for our neighbors, and for our own souls in this moment. We are strengthened by this coming together. So thank you for being here and for being out there in all of the ways that you are. It is so good to get to come together this morning. This is Remembrance Sunday for us, a day when we gather strength from our ancestors, a day when we remember those who have died. And today it is a joy and a privilege to have leading in worship today with me Reverend Ashley, Seth Anderson Matz, Paulo DeBuque, and Amy K. Bryant, and our worship associates. We're grateful to John and to Olu for keeping our tech running and helping us stay connected. We're grateful to all the artists and the ushers and greeters and everyone who cares for this space. It is because of all of us together that this is possible. Thank you for taking a risk on connection and care and sustenance and the power of love whenever you show up here. So welcome to this community that we create together. If you're new, we're especially glad you're here this morning. Thanks for taking this risk. If you have been coming forever, we're so glad you're here this morning. Thank you for taking this risk and for building up this place where we lean into a universalist understanding of faith, where we know each and every person as whole and holy and worthy, welcome and wanted, all with room to grow. Welcome to this community we create, where we practice beloved community. Beloved community that is grounded in a love so inclusive and transformative and powerful and irresistible that it cannot help but transform us as individuals and as a community, so that we might create the world of mutual thriving right here and now that we so desperately need. This is the community we are building in this time where so much is being torn down. I've noticed something this week, and I wonder if you might be noticing this too. I've been able to sum it up like this. I have been finding myself walking around far more often this week with my head up and my heart open. I noticed this in particular on Thursday morning. I accompanied a family that was going to immigration court, and I will tell you in advance that they had a good outcome that morning, and I was so relieved for that, and so were they, obviously. But one of the things that happened was I was sitting there in the waiting room with them, and once we had the relief of their good news, I had been noticing who else was there in the waiting room. Head up, heart open. It's not usually how I sit in a waiting room. I don't know about you, but so often in a waiting room, my head is down. I'm thinking about getting through whatever I've got to get through and getting out of there. But my head was up, and so I was able to notice there was a group of young men there that looked stunned and scared. And so I went over and said, "Do you need some support?" And they did. And so we sat together, and I was able to share resources, and thanks to the relationships in this congregation, I was able to connect the young man who was in need of it with an attorney within an hour, was able to share care and resources and accompany them to their hearing, at which he was released for a few months to go get that attorney. And I tell you this, I tell you this because, one, we need wins. Right now, we need things that we're able to celebrate, but also because it was head up, heart open, that made that connection possible. And I've noticed other people doing this now too, whether it's at a coffee shop or on the street or in interactions, wherever you get to have them, really seeing each other, really noticing how the other person might be, and having room to say, how are you? What do you need right now? Or maybe to take that risk to say how you are and what you need right now, which is really hard too. So, as we take a moment to turn and greet each other here, I invite you to bring that same presence, that head up, heart open if you have it. Maybe to share a moment when you've had an experience like that this week, or maybe something that you need with the people that you're greeting. I invite you to do what we do here, which is expand the circle of love so that no one is left out unless they want that peace and chance to not talk this morning, but to notice and reach out to each other. Share your name, share your pronouns if you wish. Share a moment you've noticed that head up, heart open with each other. We'll have a chance to talk for a little bit, and then we'll come back together. You'll hear us start singing the song that we started today with. And radical upon radical, if you choose, you could share your phone number with the person that you're talking to. I know, it's Minnesota, but these are new times. You could share your phone number and check in with each other this week. Just saying. All right, let's take a moment to turn and greet one another and share the love we hold here.
We shall walk through the valley in peace. We shall walk through the valley in peace, with love and justice as our leader. We shall walk through the valley in peace. We shall walk through the valley in peace. We shall walk through the valley in peace, with love and justice as our leader. We shall walk through the valley in
From this place of connection, let's remember the hopes and promises that keep us together as a community. I invite you to say with me the words for the lighting of the chalice, if you'd like. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Good morning, dear ones. My name is Seth Anderson Matz. I use he, him pronouns. I am the Intergenerational Justice Service and Leadership Coordinator here, this church year. I'm so glad to be here in the sanctuary with you today, and extra glad to spend some time with our kiddos today at Common Ground Sunday. But first, I would like to tell you a story. A true one, in fact, about a 15-year-old girl in Montgomery, Alabama, named Claudette Colvin. Slide, please. One day in 1955, Claudette was riding the city bus home from school. She rode the bus most days, but this day was destined to be different. In 1955, public spaces like city buses were still segregated by race, and on this particular day, all of the space on the bus that was designated for white folks was already occupied, leaving one white woman standing. The driver called out that black folks on the bus needed to move out of their seats so this white woman could sit down. But Claudette knew it was well past time to fight this injustice. Claudette refused to give up her seat, and she was ultimately arrested, handcuffed, and taken to jail. She was frightened, but she knew she had made the right decision to push back against oppression for herself and her community. And as courageous and history-making as this act was, it didn't make Claudette a household name. In fact, her story was intentionally kept quiet for many years. Claudette didn't fit the image some leaders in the community thought that the movement needed to be successful. Even so, her actions set the scene for the more widely known Rosa Parks to refuse giving up her own seat on the bus in that same city just 9 months later. Buried a little deeper in the stacks than other tales of justice, Claudette's story reminds us that history is not only made by the people whose names we learn first. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. famously said, "The moral arc of the universe bends toward justice." He reminds us that even when things feel scary or hard or hopeless, that all of creation is always reaching toward goodness. True as this may be, we also know that that moral arc does not tend to bend that way on its own. It takes all kinds of people pushing and pulling, resisting oppression and insisting on liberation again and again and again. Sometimes that happens through world-stopping demonstrations, speeches that shake our foundations, or acts of courage that make history books and headlines. But more often, it is small moments of refusal and insistence in our ordinary, everyday lives. Next slide, please. Miss Claudette Colvin passed away this past Tuesday at the age of 86. On this Remembrance Sunday, may we honor her place among our justice-loving ancestors. When we feel lost or overwhelmed, may we lean on her legacy and all those who inspire us to put our own strength and our own resources toward bending that moral arc too. Friends, as you feel called to, I invite you now to shout out or name quietly, if you prefer, the name of an activist or a justice leader from history whose wisdom and courage might inspire us in these days ahead. Spirit of love and liberation, we invoke these ancestors in the here and now, and in whatever tomorrow might bring. May we honor and remember their lives with reverence and commitment. May their power and wisdom fill our hearts, and may we add our own loving and faithful efforts of any size to the work of those who came before us, keeping this moral arc bending toward justice together. Amen. I now invite any of our kiddos, grades kindergarten through 12, to join me in the Commons Room for Common Ground Sunday. You can meet me at the back of the sanctuary.
Please rise in body or spirit. Join us in singing We Are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe. We are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the
Each time we gather, we engage in the spiritual practices together that make our faith come alive in the world and help to build the beloved community we talk about and dream about here. We do this in the Universalist spirit of love and hope. We practice giving and receiving and growing. This is a time when we remember that when we are able to share what we have, we can all have what we need. This is what we do in community together. And we make space not only to give, but to receive. So I remind us all, if this is a time when you are in need of care, maybe it's financial resources, maybe it's a listening ear, maybe it's a hug, whatever it is, you can reach out to each other and you can reach out to the ministers here too. We have funds available, we have hearts and hands and listening ears for one another here. We take turns so that we can hold it together. It is often our practice to liberate our financial resources in the service of justice, and I will give you an opportunity for that in just a moment. But I also want to let you know about something else that's coming up that you can be a part of in whatever way feels right. You may have heard that this Friday is going to be a day, locally and nationally, of nonviolence and non-cooperation. So the ask is, no school, no work, no buying anything on Friday. We know not everybody can participate in this, but it is the general call that is going out, and there are ways to participate at any level, including it as a day of prayer among us. This Friday, no work, no school, no buying anything. And if you can't do that, please lift up your prayers, your meditation, your good thoughts for all of us. Part of what is happening is that there has been a national call for clergy to come to Minneapolis for Thursday and Friday. I want to let you know this is real and this is happening. So it is a gift. They are coming to support all of us who are here on the ground, to be a presence of love and care and resistance, to learn from us and to take it back to their communities as well, so that we can build beloved community, not just here in Minneapolis and the Twin Cities, but all over the country. So there are a couple of invitations here. First Universalist is going to be hosting the dinner for clergy on Thursday night and on Friday night here in our space. So you will see, we can have the slide, there's a QR code that'll be up there that will go for donations to our sanctuary and resistance efforts here at First U. That'll pay for the dinner, it'll pay for security for the dinner, and it will also just be a place where if there's any excess, we will turn it to mutual aid to the community. You will see up there March, which is the organization that I and First Universalist are a part of, that is helping to lead this effort of national call for clergy. I lift this up just to say this is a very reputable partner organization that we have been working with for years. So this is an organization that is pro-LGBTQ+, anti-racist, has organized together through marriage equality, through Black Lives Matter, through Standing Rock, and now this. And these are folks on the ground who are helping to shape these days that we'll spend together. So huge gratitude to them. And like I said, any excess offering that we have will go to support their mutual aid funds and their efforts. We are also in need of host homes for Wednesday through Friday nights for the clergy coming in. You can see Laura to share your contact information if you have a spare room. And if you can help with setup or cleanup for the dinners Thursday and Friday, please let me know as well. All right, let's share our financial resources as we are able. Our morning offering will now be received.
If I can help somebody as I pass along, if then my living shall not be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain. If I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living shall not be in vain. If I can do my duty as a Universalist Unitarian oft, if I can bring back beauty to a world abroad, if I can spread love's message that the Universalist Unitarian taught, then my living shall not be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain. If I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living shall not be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain.
Thank you, Amy and Paolo. Good morning, beloveds. My name's Ashley. I use she, her pronouns. What's something you do every day that feels special or important? Yes! Kiss your dog. Maybe you light a candle at dinner, share a story or a special song with a loved one at bedtime. Say I love you before leaving the house. That one feels extra important these days, right? These are little rituals. A ritual is just something we do to mark what matters. It's not just about the action, though. It's about what it means. When we light a candle, we're making space for something sacred. When we say certain words, we're connecting to something bigger than ourselves. Rituals are powerful because they connect us to the people around us, to the past, to the future. When we take part in a ritual, we're doing something others have done before us, and that others will do long after us. It's like being a part of a story that will never end. Today's ritual is about grief and remembering. How many of you have felt a little extra tired this week? I have a dear friend who reflected back to me that she thinks a lot of us say we feel tired when what we are actually trying to say is that we feel grief. We just don't know how to recognize this level of grief in our bodies. We are saturated. We need ritual to help us have space and time to keep our hearts open amidst this much grief. So in just a little bit, we'll light candles and speak the names of those who came before us. This ritual reminds us that their love and lessons are still a part of us, guiding us forward. But first, we're going to start with honoring the broader losses and grief of the year. Taking the time to feel them in community can help us hold them more gently. We know that since we last gathered for this service, we have each experienced all manner of loss and grief, large and small, personal and collective. You may have lost a loved one, a family member or friend, or a friendship, a pet, a dream you invested your heart in, a marriage, your faith in an institution, or a country. It could be an ambiguous or an anticipated loss. We begin our ritual of remembrance by acknowledging these losses and the grief we carry on our hearts today, so that we can practice making softness for the hard parts of life that touch us all. Give yourself a moment now to bring this grief, this loss to mind, to hold it tenderly, maybe even putting your hand on your heart or your belly, to remind yourself that you are held, that you are not alone. We are holding this together. Let us pause in silence now for just a minute. And in this community, we remember that silence is not about perfection. It is the absence of intentional adult sound. We add to this holding now. We hold Joanne Patterson, who broke her hip recently and is recovering from surgery. We hold Jane Jordan and her whole family as they grieve the loss of Jane's father. And now, as is our custom, let us remind each other, you are not alone. We are holding it together. Let us sing together now, Spirit of Life.
Sing in my heart.
Each name is a life. Each life is a story. And as we say at each celebration of life here at First Universalist, there is one place where time and death have no dominion. That place is love. Now is the time we conjure that love beyond love, life beyond life, and the stories that live eternal. We name our beloveds in community who have died in this last year. We light candles for those we carry in our hearts, our ancestors, our loved ones, and the people and beings whose stories continue to shape us. And today, because we are currently under occupation by federal forces named ICE, we begin by naming those killed by ICE, both in detention and in the streets this last year. As our sign reads on our church out front, a riff on the book of Micah, from the book that is today, abolish ICE, love mercy, walk humbly. We read their names in that spirit now.
Silverio Villegas Gonzalez. Carlos Roberto Montoya Valdez. Jenry Ruiz Guillen. Sarawit Gezahang Dejen. Maxim Cherniak. Juan Alexis Tineo Martinez. Brian Garzon Rayo. Non Nok Win. Marie Ange Blaze. Abelardo Avianeda Delgado. Jesus Molina Vea. Johnny Navieo. Isidro Perez. Tien Juan Fan. Chao Feng Gay. Lorenzo Antonio Batres Vargas. Oscar Rascon Duarte. Norland Guzman Fuentes. Miguel Angel Garcia Medina.
Santos Bonejas Reyes. Ismael Ayala Uribe. Norland Guzman Fuentes. Miguel Angel Garcia Medina. Hua Bing Xi. Leo Cruz Silva. Hassan Ali Mod Salah. Jose Castro Rivera. Gabriel Garcia Aviles. Kai Yin Wong. Francisco Gaspar Andre. Pete Sumalo Montejo. Shiraz Fatahale Sakwani. Jean Wilson Brutus. Faoud Said Abu Qadir. Delvin Francisco Rodriguez. Ninko Stanev Ganchev. And so far in 2026, ICE has murdered 2 people. Keith Porter.
Renee Nicole Macklin Good. May we know each name as a story, a life, a series of connections and care. May their memories be a blessing that propels us to make more justice and joy possible. And let us honor them with a moment of silence now. Into this circle of care and remembrance, we bring the names and the stories of the members of this congregation who have died this past year. Judy Adams, Ed Daniels, Raleigh Little, Doug Hicks, Joyce Birdie. And I invite you now, if there is someone that has died in your life this year, or something that has died for you that you are remembering, I invite you to come forward if you'd like. Come down along the outside to take a candle, light it, and place it carefully in the sand tray. And you can say the name of the person that you are remembering, if you'd like, into the microphone. If you'd like someone to light a candle for you, just reach out to your neighbor and ask them, or if you raise a hand, we'll come to you. We're here to help one another. And if you're joining us online, please put your loved one's name in the chat, and we will read those names aloud for you and light candles as well. Let's hold these folks in memory together.
Brianna French would like a candle for Alexis Clark.
Kate Wallace and Urban Plain.
Margaret, sorry, Margaret Burry and John Norton, my father and my mother.
Jane Jordan's father, John Dicing.
Kathy Geist would like prayers for Dick, her wife's brother-in-law, and for Carol.
The Reverend Ronald Bauer, my former husband, Willis Dane, my brother, Connor Dane Bauer, my oldest grandson.
Kate Collis Silva calls for Karen's mother, father, and her cat Blink, for her friends Karen's mother, father, and cat Blink.
John Rova.
Doug Hicks, Rose.
Bob Fife for Ian Jeffrey Wilson.
Gail Price. Barbara Anderson Cardulis.
My brother Ben Belden.
Barbara Busher and Dolores Schmidt.
My sister Judy.
Deborah for her dad Wayne Selly.
Monica Sabi.
My girlhood friend, Margaret Ewell.
Reverend Patrick Thomas Aquinas O'Neill and
Bob Payne.
Mari Johnson for her aunt, Sister Rosemary Rooney.
My great aunt, Cheryl Niebuhr.
I can't say her name for HIPAA reasons, but I had a patient pass away that everyone's kind of struggling with.
Charlie R. Ward.
Evelyn Brown for Andy Reese.
My sister-in-law, Jana Rui.
Our friend, Ann Sample.
My mother, Sandra Stone.
Julie Gottsleben for her dear friend Sam and their 2 cats, Muki and Lexi.
My dog, Buffy.
Dear friend John Hertzgard.
For the victims of the New Year's Eve fire in Crans, Montana, Switzerland.
Susan Marie Fay, my oldest friend, died at 71.
My brother Roger Shui and cousin Teresa Blatz Walker.
My friend and former teacher, David Moore.
Jane Gibson for Jack Gibson, her brother.
Two dear friends and mentors, Rosa Clemson and Annette Anderson.
My brother-in-law, Roger Gossard, and my sister-in-law, Betty Gossard.
My grandnephew, Gabe Walton.
Melissa Thomas asked for 2 candles, one for Juan Rodriguez and one for Steve Pearson.
For my mother, who died when I was 16.
My
Allie-
grandma, Jane Anthony.
Allie Van Mon, H. Ford, and David's mother, and my Aunt Tommy's mother.
My friend Cindy Bergman.
My dear friend Alberto Renhal, who was a fantastic social worker who died doing what he loved.
Wendy calls out Malcolm Margolin and Ann Fagan, Ginger, fighters for Indigenous lifeways and free speech.
My former husband, Dan Sprague.
My grandmother, Mary Lou Rife Pierce.
Susan for her dog of 16 years, Luna.
Great grandma Julie and our dog Maple. My grandma Dagmar Alquist.
Emily Taylor for Scully.
Carol Nosko, my friend of 63 years.
My cousin Chris Lake.
Ann Hobbs would like a candle for Chris Jared from Saltwater UU in Washington.
I'm lighting a candle for Pride Institute, the queer inpatient recovery center that closed.
Doug Fedehart would like to light a candle for Roger Uppen, a longtime member of White Bear UU.
My cousin-in-law, Carl, a fine Unitarian Universalist, and 2 friends, Mariana and Lynn.
Lighting a candle for my mom, Shirley Conway.
I'm lighting a candle for my mother-in-law, Shirley Conway.
Doug Fedehart for Jerry Gulbranson, a dear friend.
For my uncle, Fred Hilario.
Walter Palisitz.
For each light, a name. For each name, a story yet unfolding. May each light remind us of the love for them that lives in us. this light, this name, these stories will grow and carry on in the ways we remember, in the ways we care for one another, and in the light we carry forward.
We remember that we are connected. We are connected across time, past to present to future. We are connected to those we have lost as their lives live on in each of us and in all that they touched. We belong to each other, to the great web of life that holds all things. May we move with love and with courage, trusting these lights to guide us, now and always, into a more joyful and just world. May it be so.
We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know it, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know it. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
So friends, we are going to make it through by staying connected with each other. If you are new and want to learn more about First Universalist, please come find Bob Kimball right up here after the service. He'll be leading a conversation about a place to start here. If you need singing like I do in these days, choir is starting this Wednesday, 7 to 8:45 in the Cummins Room. Ages 15 and up are welcome, as well as curious observers. No prior choir experience needed. Rehearsals will be every Wednesday, 7 to 8:45, singing monthly in worship. Email Paolo if you're interested, or just show up. We need some community and shared musical growth and curiosity and artistry together to support our individual and collective spiritual life here at First Universalist. Also, if you are an early adult, ages 19 to 39.999, says my note here, look for Amelia after the service. And as always, if you're here in person, stay and join us for coffee and conversation downstairs. We have got to stay connected, friends, to our ancestors, to the future we dream about, to the present moment. Let's do this together. May you be a beacon of love in your lives and beyond this week. May it be so. Amen.